Hey everyone, this is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So before I get into the video, I just wanted to talk about Indiegogo and Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet. Indiegogo is where you can back this book and where you can get this book from. So Ethan Van Sciver has now got the biggest crowdfunded comic of all time. He's at over $1 million now and it's absolutely brilliant. This is Cyberfrog and this is his brother Salamandroid, two characters that I'm looking forward to seeing in action figure form. Now Ethan has already shown us a statue of Cyberfrog and a statue of Heather Swain, and we have seen PVC figures which are available to buy now with Ethan Van Sciver's Indiegogo campaign here. So you can buy Cyberfrog and you can buy Salamandroid. These are lovely designs and I cannot wait to see these two designs in 6-inch figures. Now Salamandroid, as we can see here, is quite large, so I can only imagine what kind of size he will be in 6-inch. He will be absolutely enormous and I will love it. So looking forward to seeing Cyberfrog come along. It's a beautiful design and it lends itself beautifully, I think, to animated series, video games, and then a mainstream movie. But there's also another very important character in Cyberfrog, and that is Heather Swain. So Ethan has decided to post this today on his Twitter, and he's at Ethan Van Sciver, and he's also known on YouTube as Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Now it's no secret that I'm a big fan of Ethan Van Sciver and how he conducts his business, and also how fearless he is in the face of SJW woke weirdos. So he posted today the Heather Swain action figure. I wanted to try it with a white t-shirt for a change. What do you think, Cyberfrog? I commented and I said, looks great, E. I'd recommend butterfly joints at the shoulders and double jointed knees and elbows. Outstanding looking though. Ethan responded to me, and this is something I have to say with credits to Ethan. This guy knows customer service. He understands that responding to fans is really important, and he does so brilliantly in my opinion. He says her knees are double jointed. Look closely. That exposed kneecap is a great cover for the joints, and he's absolutely right, because I didn't notice this the first time I looked at it, and I have to say I'm a big fan of the way he was able to hide this double joint in the knee. This is an excellent looking figure, and for anyone who is unsure of what he means about having a white t-shirt on her, well, within his story you have to wear red to hide yourself from an evil alien invasion called the Vispas. They're giant hornet wasp looking things, and they are there to kill humans. If you wear red, you are undetectable to them. So it's a great story, and like I said, back it on Indiegogo. So here we have the action figure itself, and I am absolutely pumped to see an action figure of Heather Swain and anybody that comes from the Cyberfrog universe. So we've got Heather here, and we have a beautiful head sculpt for Heather. It's really pretty, which is something that we can't always say about some female head sculpts. Some of them, they look very, very poor. She has lovely long flowing hair, and then she has her her cross at her neck. We come down and look at the figure. I hope that we're going to see ball joints possibly in the shoulders. I would love to see a butterfly joint here so that she could move her arm forward and back and extend it, but I know that these things are costly and that could be a problem. Looking down at the arms, we look like, I'm not sure whether this is a double elbow joint or whether this is a single elbow joint. So this looks very nice, and I think it flows nicely into the arm, that it doesn't break up the look of it too much. We have a lovely torso articulation piece here, which I think is really, really good, and that will allow you to move from side to side and back to forward, I hope. Next we come down to the legs, and the legs have what looks like to be a ball joint in the legs, which means she can kick forward and go have a nice spread. Over here we have the hands, and Ethan has also said that we will have interchangeable hands, which is really nice and really obviously helpful for having different poses. I'm unsure whether these lines that are along here are signifying that she will have a thigh rotation, or whether she will have just really articulated jeans, I suppose, or whether these are very detailed jeans. The rips in the legs look really nice, and I think the fact that they hide them very, very well within the knees is very pretty. I like on the left hand side the way it comes down a little bit more than the right hand side, so it gives that sort of worn, torn look to it. I like the way the rip on the right hand side also looks different from the left. We come down and we look at what the Americans would call sneakers. Over here in Ireland we would call them runners, and it has a very nice hidden joint here in the foot. So I'm sure this might have an ankle rocker or perhaps a back and forward swivel there. So very, very nice looking figure. I have to say it looks really cool, and I like the chicken fry t-shirt that's on it here as well. The chicken fry is a southern fried chicken outlet drawn within this fictional universe for Cyberfrog. So like I said, I think this Cyberfrog franchise definitely lends itself well to action figures, and I'm very, very excited to see what happens and comes next. So Ethan also put up a tweet in response to Nathaniel Parker here, and he said, yeah, that's great and all, but what about the weapons? And Ethan went, some weapons. So we have weapons here, and we have what looks to be an axe. So maybe something that looks like perhaps a fireman would use, which is great, and that's what Heather would definitely use. And then we also have a baseball bat with some nails in them. We also have a machete as well too, which looks really nice, and we have a knife on her right hand hip. Now that looks at the moment, I don't know whether that is removable. I'm unsure about that one. But even from this image, this grey prototype model, it looks really pretty, looks really nice. And then it lends itself well then that Ethan could recolor this whatever way he wants then, and could have multiple releases of this same figure, which is a very clever idea in my opinion. We then see a breakdown of what the double joints and the joints would be looking like, and he says in response there to Marvel, single joints, not double. He says no, Heather Swain will be double jointed at the knees. The exposed kneecaps are a pretty clever way of hiding the double joints. Here's the figure exploded with alternate hands and heads. So we have an alternate head here, which has her hair pulled back and into a ponytail, which I think looks really nice. We have various different hands as well too, and it's always fascinating to see how these figures look when you break them down and how they will look in the future. So I think this looks really, really good. I'm looking very forward to seeing this, and like I said in the earlier on in the video, I think if you can use as many ball joints as possible, particularly in the legs and the likes of the shoulders, it would really help going forward, particularly because you could swap pieces then later on if you wanted to have someone with, say, an injured arm, or maybe you could have the whole body as it is and then have, say, an arm with a long sleeve here and a short sleeve here that was torn and stuff like that. That's probably what I would do on that. I'm extremely excited for this. I cannot wait for this to come out, and I'm very looking forward to seeing what happens in the Cyberfrog toy line. This is something I'm all in for, and I hope other people support it too, because this is an action figure line that I'm definitely looking forward to, given the fact that the Cyberfrog comics are so cool. Now, Ethan has talked recently about what Cyberfrog would sound like. I do hope that he would have an Irish accent and that he would sound like he's from Dublin, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. This looks absolutely brilliant. What do you think? Will you be supporting this action figure line? I hope you will. Have you supported the Indiegogo campaign of Ethan Van Sciver already? Let me know in the comments. Who would you like to see from Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog action figure line? I personally think it would be a great idea if Ethan had himself as an action figure within the Cyberfrog toy line. I think that that would be really cool, and it would be very funny then as well too, because with the amount of hilarious outfits Ethan wears on streams, the world is his oyster in terms of action figure accessories that you could put with that one. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I am Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Good luck.